are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty.
I had an appointment today where I was referred to try to kind of tackle the ovarian failure, I guess. And I'm really, really relieved because this doctor really validated a lot of the things that I'm feeling in terms of like fatigue, lack of energy, lack of like sex drive, and even like muscle and joint aches, like just validating all of those things, and also confirming that these are things that are related to like low testosterone in my body, obviously because your ovaries make up of testosterone also, and having ovarian failure, obviously my ovaries are not functioning the way they should be. So I'm just super excited because this is now like my first doctor that I was diagnosed with had only put me on the progesterone and estrogen, and then when I approached her asking about adding testosterone or checking my testosterone, she was willing to test it. However, she told me that my testosterone levels were normal, which I could see they were on the low end, and so I had a real hard time with that, and I also was having a hard time with how I was feeling. So all the feelings that I was feeling, it wasn't like emotional, it wasn't like I was sad or depressed, it was more of like my body didn't feel like mine, like I didn't feel connected to myself, I didn't feel like feminine, I didn't feel masculine, and the best way I explained to her is like I felt like a chair, like I just am existing, I don't feel anything. And I think to the point where I decided she wasn't the right fit for me. So at that point I had decided like it wasn't really a good fit as far as her and myself and my care, so I sought out a different doctor that came recommended by a lot of my coworkers that just go to him for, you know, gynecological care. So, which is actually in the same office, so my chart is all there, so I don't have to redo anything. So it worked out. He actually referred me over to this doctor that kind of specializes in this area and different things, like that's just more of like her area. And so I saw her today, she validated all those things, and she took a look at my testosterone, and she actually, that was tested back in January, and she actually did confirm that it was low. She, in her opinion, she said almost zero. So she is going to be replacing my testosterone also in conjunction with my progesterone and estrogen. So I'm like super relieved and super thrilled, and thank God I took my boyfriend to my appointment today because I was so relieved and I felt so validated that I was responding and participating in the conversation, but I literally felt myself like an inner out-of-body experience where I was just like looking at myself having this very like in-depth conversation with this doctor. But like after she left, I just became overwhelmed with emotion, and I felt like instantly like I got teary-eyed. I felt like crying just because I was just so relieved and so happy that I felt heard, if that makes sense. And it's not to say my first doctor was not great. She was great. I appreciate the process and everything I went through with her to get to this point, to this diagnosis. But I think just more for gynecological, she's good in that aspect. But it's just, you just gotta find what works for you and what works for your body, and which doctor works with you best and works with your body best. And especially having somebody that really does further in-depth education on these subjects and kind of deep dives into that and specializes in that. That's definitely where I'm feeling like I'm seeing the most benefit, which I should have just done anyway, but I don't know, my brain, I wanted to give this route a chance with this other doctor. But overall, they're all in the same office, my chart is all there, all the medical history is there, so it made things a lot easier. I'm just super happy. So the medication, of course, go figure, right? So as a female, testosterone's not covered under insurance for myself for whatever reason. Whatever, right? I mean, that's like a whole rabbit hole I'm not even willing to get down. But it's all out-of-pocket cost, which for me, it's annoying. However, like, it's a small price to pay hopefully a small price to pay with a great benefit in my eyes. So I got like a 3-month supply today, ordered it anyway. It's coming from, I forgot where she said, Texas maybe? So it's gonna take like 2 weeks to get here. I forgot where she said it's gonna come from. So ordered it today and then gonna start that. And also got like some more baseline labs today. And based off of how I'm feeling in conjunction with my lab work is how she'll decide if she's going to taper, keep the same, go increase, decrease, and just to find the right dose that works for me and my body. Because obviously with ovarian failure, it's not like clear cut. It kind of is just everybody different. Some people may not need testosterone. Some people may not. I mean, no, I don't know. I'm not going to say that. I'm no expert. I went from being diagnosed, like I went that entire time, like a year and a half now, without the testosterone, and the whole time I felt miserable. So I'm super excited. I'm super happy to hopefully feel more like myself again, and inadvertently I'll probably, hopefully anyway, if it works for me, is kind of be able to have that extra help to get a grasp on my health, because my health just seems to have been, you know, kind of like, I don't want to say spiraling, because for the most part I'm healthy. It's just my labs are a little funky. But hopefully with the help of this testosterone and being able to like metabolize things and it being a vital hormone in the body, like I'm very, very hopeful that it will help me get to a better place in terms of health. That's ideally wishful hoping it all goes well. Hopefully the road to it is not too bumpy. But anyway, this is just short and sweet, fast update. I just picked up some shrimp and some plants today that I want to add to, I want to say 2 aquariums. I have a 4th going now. I have 3 fully set up and 1 that's just kind of getting started. I don't have any plants in there, so I'm going to put plants in there. But I'm not sure if I'm going to put the shrimp in all of them, because I have 2 tanks. 1 each has a beta in it. 1 has a beta and some cory carps in there. But both betas, they're not bad, but they're not good with others. Like I've had other betas where I was able to put another fish in with it and it did fine. These 2, however, personality-wise, they prefer to be by themselves. And I'm just nervous if I throw a ghost shrimp or a couple ghost shrimp in there that they may chase them around. I don't think they'll eat them, but I think they'll chase them around and stress them out. Not necessary. But this big tank behind me, I'll definitely probably toss them in there because the sand and debris, well, I noticed the debris a lot more with it being the sand sand versus gravel. Like the gravel kind of hid like the waste a little bit, but you can see it more. So maybe they'll help clean it up. I'll have to decide. Anyway, update, positive direction. I guess I could throw in a braces update too. Not bad. One of the tooth that was trying to move back kind of it's pretty much all the way shifted back, and now we're just still trying to close up those gaps. I don't think they're going to be done in the goal mark for September of this year. I truthfully don't imagine how that it will be able to be done by the end of this year. So I anticipate myself anyway, at least going in 6 months after. So like in total, like 2.5 years. This is what I'm anticipating. I don't know if that's what's going to happen. We'll see. All right, bye. Those are the ghost shrimp, by the way. I'm pretty excited because some of them have some clutches in there. So, pretty excited about that. Look, like that one right there. Look at her, just living her best mom life. I guess I could just do a quick tank tour. So this is the big tank. It's a little bit dirty because I was transferring the back plants yesterday, or moving them around, so I didn't get a chance to clean it yet. But this is my guppy tank. If anybody knows guppies, when they see your hands, they get excited. These suckers will eat all day if you put the food in there. They'll just continuously eat. So make sure you meter that. That is a big gigantic monstera leaf. I put a couple monstera cuttings in there just to see what they would do. They're not, I didn't expect that they're gonna grow, but they're in there just for decoration, I guess, until they completely pass, until they go in greener pastures. So there's 3 in there total. Not growing any roots, but it wasn't expected. So I used to have a lot of ornaments in there, and they were kind of there just existing for now. But I was finding that I like the way this looks better. Like, I prefer this over like your classic ornaments. This is the other beta. Where is she? Oh, there she is. Her name is Jade. This is her setup. She's got a tank bait in there. He's always hiding. It's a little tiny sucker fish, non-aggressive, but it's always hiding. It's always in this patch down here. Ah! She's also ready for eating, I think. I usually feed her in the evening, but look at her. That poor thing. She's egg bound. She's been waiting for this male that I'm about to show you to build her a bubbles nest. That's Shadow right there. She's been waiting for him to build her a bubbles nest, and he had at some point, and I put her in there with him and she tore him up, so it wasn't successful. But that's my last tank. That's the setup it has. I gotta top off the water a little bit, but I have some Cory carps in there. I have 2 albinos and 2 greens, which just love to live in there. And I have a frog, but that sucker is always hiding behind the filter, so I don't know where he's at, but those are my babies. So this is the new setup in a spare room. The stingrays are not in there. They're just there trying to get up some rays. But that's the new setup. I just have a bubble sponge filter in there. Not a bubble sponge, just a sponge filter. So I'm gonna probably add some more plants probably in this corner. And I'll probably throw the shrimp in here. But that's it. Also, I'm planning on changing the light, because this light only goes from like light to no light. It doesn't have like a change in color, which I kind of prefer also. But for now, that's fine. I had to throw some pothos in there last night. That's it.